Hey guys, welcome back to ED Figure Unboxing. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And today we're going to take a look at a 1000 Toys Master Chief Mjolnir Mark V from Halo. I was on the fence for this guy because I don't really know how well it will scale with my figures because I think these tends to be a little bit bigger. I don't know, but Master Chief is a tall guy, so I thought I'd give it a try. Also, it's really expensive. And yeah, here is the left, here's the right box, and here's the back of the box. And I think you're supposed to like slide this open or something. Like this should be like a window packaging. It's so hard to do things on camera, but why is this stuck? Screw it, I'm just gonna cut the video. Alright, so here's the figure with the window packaging, and this figure is actually advertised as 112. I think it's slightly bigger than 112, but Master Chief again is a really big guy, so I think depending on who you're posing with it, it might work. And yeah, let's bust this thing open. And here's the figure still in the inner packaging. Comes with a fair amount of stuff, and let's check it out. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and my first impression on this figure is pretty decent. Aside from being a little bit too tall for my personal liking, it feels good, looks good, very fun to pose with, and it's got a little bit of diecast on it, but not so much though. Like, this figure is still very expensive, all things considered. 1000 Toys are still fairly new in making these 112 scale action figures, so I don't know, they are very premium compared to like other lines like Figma and SH Figuarts, even though there's a lot of inflation going on. But yeah, this guy is considered expensive in the market right now. But anyways, let's just take a closer look at the figure. I'm not too sure which version of this Master Chief is anymore, because I stopped playing after like Halo 2 or something, got into computer games like League of Legends, StarCraft. But yeah, I don't seem to have any paint issues. The QC is really nice. And the diecast, I think, is over the knee joint over here. The only problem I have with this figure is probably just a little bit loose on my fist hand over here. I really wish this ball joint could be a little bit deeper. I've read reports people are having the same problem, but it might not happen to yours. And yeah, I don't think there's anything you guys haven't seen already. And let's check out the articulation. Very nice. Go over it from the neck down. He can look up only about this much, look down about this much, but we got a really nice joint going on here. I really like the engineering of this. You can tilt his head. Can't really tilt his head too much, but you can turn this no problem. And for the shoulder, it's got a really nice butterfly joint. The engineering on the 1000 Toys is really good. I think that's why it's so expensive. But you can only raise his arm up about this much before this armor piece. Actually, sorry, I'm chewing ice. You can raise his arm up about this much. You do have bicep swivel, can curl about this much, and you do get the ball wrist. But again, the ball wrist is where I have issues with though. Like, this is really loose. But maybe it's just this hand, I don't know. And for the ab crunch, you can bend forward quite a lot. Consider he's got all this armor design. Bend backwards about this much, which is really nice. Have some very good side-to-side movement. And for the leg, he can kick out about this high. This thing actually moves out of the way. Very cool. And you can bend about this much. Again, die cast over here. Thigh swivels, side-to-side pivot, and toe hinge. And I believe that's it for the articulation. And the figure doesn't feel loose at all. This is actually pretty durable, but not too tight at the same time. I think it's gonna hold up fine given time. And yeah, let's check out the accessories. And for the accessories, it is pretty straightforward. He doesn't really come with a whole lot, all things considered. But first off, we have a pair of just karate chopping hands. And it's very nicely painted and sculpted. And really, it was just my fist hand that was loose. These are really tight. So tight to the point that I have to be really careful when I'm handling it. And next up, we get a pair of relaxed open hands. And these are always welcome. And then, of course, we get a pair of trigger finger hands, and these are fairly straightforward, very easy to assemble. And in terms of the detail on the guns, they're not that great in my opinion. We do have some gimmick here. You can place the gun behind his back, and we also are able to like put the pistol like over here. I'm gonna show you guys like later. But you can take this out and just like plug this in, and then so yeah, he can carry the guns. But I really do feel like they should have given us a little bit more gun. I would like a battle rifle or something. And yeah. And lastly, of course, we get a pair of hands to hold the plasma blade, and this is really nicely made. Probably the main selling point for me. As a kid, I've always loved this weapon. And yeah, I believe that's everything, and let's check out some action posing. And for the size comparison, let us start with some SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. And all things considered, I think Master Chief actually scales okay. Do let me know in the comments on what you think. He is a really tall guy though. And next up, we have some of my recent Mayfax favorites, and I think they scale pretty well as well. And then we have some of my favorite Kamen Riders. And lastly, we have some Figma figures, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I actually ended up liking this figure quite a lot, and I do highly recommend it. Beautiful paint work, amazing sculpt, and it's really fun to pose with. The articulation is amazing. The only thing I don't like about the engineering is probably just the wrist part. I feel like the ball joint over there could be a little bit stronger. It's not that it's weak or anything, it's just that it could be a little bit better. And yeah, I think that's it from me. Do let me know in the comments on what you think. And another thing about this figure is that it is way too expensive for what it is. If this weren't like the only choice for Master Chief, I'm talking about like the premium figure, I probably wouldn't go for it. It's just, yeah, expensive. And this is Eric. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.